We have another race today in the R class. I'm going to be switching over to a 911 GT2, and we're heading to South Africa to the Kyalami course, the Grand Prix circuit. Checking out the event, seeing what the conditions are like, seeing what my fuel and tire setup is like, getting ready for qualifying. Kind of squirrely right there. And I end up going off track, getting through that corner terribly, but the timing lights haven't started yet. So as I come around here and head down the front straightaway, trying to get back up to speed for the beginning of the starting right there where the time clock begins. And this track can be pretty challenging in certain sections. Certain sections are pretty slippery, and you can lose the car real easily if you overstep, even by a small degree. Um, at least that's been my experience. You know, I can't speak on what other drivers in other types of cars, what their experience is on this track. I'm getting down this back straightaway section pretty good, up to almost 150, but got to slow down quite a bit for this tight right-hander to head you through this little corkscrew section that brings you back around to the front straightaway. And let's see what my time is like on this first qualifying lap. Well, I end up getting a 149, which isn't all that bad, but there was quite a bit of time left in qualifying, and other drivers were able to lay down a good time. But somehow I ended up being in first place. I don't know how, because there was already somebody that had a better time than me. Um, Now the question remains, am I going to be able to maintain that? Um, some fairly good competition, not a huge field, um, which that in and of itself can be advantageous because you don't have as many different driving styles and personalities to deal with. But still, it doesn't mean that any of these people don't have capable vehicles that they're in, because they do. And waiting for things to load up here to begin the race. And we're off. And I make it off the line pretty good. Although this little Acura over here, this guy gets down the straightaway a little faster than I do, and we make contact with one another. I'm trying to maintain my line. He's trying to maintain his line. And I end up sliding off the track. And 3 guys get past me. So I'm all the way down to 5th. I'm able to pass this guy, get up to 4th. I'll come real close to going off track there. That BMW, he's catching back up to me, and he's able to pass me. I get a time penalty for going off track. I make it through this section a little faster than that BMW can. And this blue whale tail Porsche, I'm trying to catch up to him. I actually end up going off track there, and I'm sliding all over the place. Go off track again, but I ran it back in, and I'm able to control it going through this corner, but I'm getting hit from the back by this BMW. And this race is not all that long, at only 5 laps. So I'm hoping that I'll be able to at least get to the point to where I can make it onto the podium. And I swing off track there. I braked improperly. No penalty for going off track, but I lost time. It seems like I'm gaining some ground on this guy in front of me. And I'm already fairly confident that I can make it around the track faster than he can, because I had a better qualifying time than he did. But that was, you know, when you're qualifying, you're doing that on an empty track with not other competitors vying for the same space that you have. Now he messes up right there, and so I'm able to get past him and regain this 3rd position, and I'm going to try as best I can to keep it. The next guy in front of me is 4.95 seconds in front of me. I don't know that I'll be able to catch that guy, but I'll give it a shot. I got a couple of laps left in order to do it. And here we are, still on the 3rd lap. I really haven't been able to cut into that lead of the guy in front of me. A little bit. He's 3.5 seconds in front of me. So it does look like and I can see him. So I have hope. And I see a dust of cloud, so he undoubtedly went off track a little bit there. But he was able to bring it back in and get back on track. And he's nearly 5 seconds in front of me now. So that, and I almost go off track again there. Coming out of that one corner right there, this car really wants to pull wide. And I'm getting close to catching this guy. This guy is in like a little open wheel Formula One. I think he's got like a John Player special paint job on it. But the guy in first place, he's 15 seconds ahead of me. So, and that guy's in that blue Acura NSX. He's making good time around this track, that's for sure. And I almost go off track there. I can see him, but I just can't quite close up that gap to get close enough to hopefully try and make a pass on the guy. Because just because you catch him doesn't mean you're going to be able to overtake him. And I go off track there, which hinders my forward progress quite a bit, and he's able to pull a little bit further away. And here we're beginning the final lap of the race. And he's certainly within striking distance, but I'm trying to get him reined in, but he's able to hold me off just enough to keep me at a little bit of a distance. Now I see in my rearview mirror that BMW back there. He's still fighting. He's not that far behind me. He's only 1.5 seconds behind me. So he's gained quite a bit of ground because he was quite a bit further behind me than that. Going down this downhill, I almost go off track there again. And then hard braking for this right-hander right here. And I'm just not able to rein this guy in. And now I'm showing moderate tire wear, so it's a good thing that the race is coming to a conclusion. And we come around to the front straightaway for the final time, and I end up in third, which is respectable. I mean, I made it onto the podium, but I did get a couple of time penalties, which I don't like. So that's my race at Hakone in a Porsche GT2 in the R class. I hope you liked it, and I will see you on the racetrack.